Don't pay tax on what's not taxable income. Even if you've got a Form 1099-K, that doesn't necessarily mean that is all taxable income. Now, you are really only going to be the one to know the difference between taxable and non-taxable income reported on 1099-K. Now, hang on. What is 1099-K? Well, if you got one, you probably are wondering yourself, what? This is something that's being now sent out to more people than ever due to the lower threshold of $5,000 for tax year 2024. By the way, it's a even lower threshold for 2025. It'll be $2,500. But this is now a form that is being sent out. Again, nothing new, just a lower threshold of who is now eligible for receiving it, but it is being sent out from companies like PayPal and Venmo. But if you have received money from somebody and it didn't go through a traditional bank, i.e. Cash App, Venmo, etc., well, it went through a third-party payer. They then transacted dollars on your behalf. And with that, if it reaches over $5,000 accumulative in 2024, then those entities are to send you a 1099-K. I've got great news for you. The IRS being very smart, thinking ahead on this. On Schedule 1, there is a spot that you are able to report the non-taxable portion of your amount reported on 1099-K. Now, again, you'll know what's taxable. So if you have a business and you did receive money for services or products that you sold, well, then that's taxable income. Typically, if you're getting reimbursed for lunch, that is not going to be taxable income. But if you collected rent from somebody and you might think it's a reimbursement, well, if you then took that and paid rent, well, there could be a circumstance where it is taxable. And this is where, unfortunately, you don't want to make some assumptions. But what you really want to do is, if you've received a Form 1099-K, that dollar amount should be reported on your tax return somewhere. Now, to make it simple, on this Schedule 1 that goes with Form 1040, if all of your 1099-K, for instance, was not taxable, you just got reimbursed a lot of lunches, well, then you would put that entire amount on that form. And that would tell the IRS, yep, I got it, and this is the amount that's not taxable. Now, if you got a 1099-K and some of its reimbursements for going out for burgers and fries from your friends, and some is from customers related to income, well, then you would report on your tax return the amount of that 1099-K as income on the applicable form, which for most would be Schedule C for sole proprietors. And then the amount that's not taxable would go on Schedule 1. And so the combined amount of those dollars would then equal the 1099-K. Now, if you're like, what did you just say? Whatever's on Form 1099-K as reported income to you, you would want to ensure between Schedule 1 and whatever schedule you are now also picking that up as taxable income, those two amounts together would equal the total amount on the 1099-K. So with that, I'm going to give you a link to a couple of things related to this. I tell you, this is when you would want to have a tax professional help you make some of these decisions. But at the end of the day, make sure that what you are reporting is going to add up to that 1099-K, because the IRS, and it's really just AI, which has been around for a long time. It's a computer program that matches up what was reported to the IRS and your Social Security number versus what you reported. And the system then spits out a letter to say, hey, we got this from this person or this party saying that this is income and we didn't find it on your return. Now, they don't come and knock on your door and knock it down and take away your car and put you in jail, but it does create a letter of inquiry to figure out, well, what's what? And then that takes time to resolve. So do yourself a favor, make sure that's matching up on the tax return. Don't throw your hands up and just not report it. All right, hey, JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. I want you to check out a couple of links below to my seminars on demand, live workshops, and think about becoming a part of my tax consulting group. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. You have a great one.